Coach, you were expecting the bid. You were probably expecting a super regional. Tanner said it well. It's just time to get back to work. Is that how you're approaching this?
Well, now we have a plan. It's kind of laid out in front of us, and the teams that'll be in front of us. And so we're going to have a great week of practice and get our work in, and then be ready to play Friday at 2, I guess is the call. So we're excited. I mean, it's this past week's been a tough week, but now it's a new season, and our kids deserve this. They've had a great year. They went on the road. They played great teams. They played a great non-conference schedule. They played a great SEC schedule, and they're ready to play in front of their own fans.
Not to put you on the spot too much, but you mentioned playing at 2. Do you prefer the early time or an evening time, or is it just safer to play that first game in a regional?
I just think it's it's been done here for a while, so we just we keep moving with it, and just it doesn't kill us one way or the other. I like getting out there and playing first and getting it done, and it gives you a little more rest and time for the rest of the weekend. So, and if you have any rain or anything, it kind of helps you out that way too. But whatever they tell us, we'll show up and be ready to go.
Next, we'll go to John Sokolov.
So, Chris, what did you kind of think of the field right when it was announced? What was kind of your first reaction to it in Starkville?
Well, I think we have it's kind of like 3 really good teams. I don't even know if I can break them apart. There's a lot of wins in there. This year in the country, with so many kids coming back because of COVID, you're seeing, a lot of the mid-majors have great years. And I think that's what we're seeing in our regional in terms of, the Sanfords, the VCUs, the Campbell's. I mean, I'm kind of from that part of the country. So, going up and playing at Campbell or playing VCU over the years, I've got knocked out of a regional by VCU back in the day. So there's really good programs, and they're hot. And all these teams are coming in here after playing good ball. So we have to be ready to go.
And a quick follow-up with Jackson and Houston not getting to go last week. Do you kind of have to change anything about their preparation, and kind of what did you see from them this week to kind of, and what's kind of your plan to make sure that they're ready to go for this weekend when you need them?
Oh, they were in a heated scrimmage yesterday. So we had them both out there. We took a couple days off just to get away from it. And we had a great practice yesterday, long scrimmage. A lot of guys got to throw, compete, and line us up for the week. I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but it's, all those guys pitched really well yesterday.
We'll go to Tyler Horka.
Hey, Chris. Tanner and Christian were just in here talking about the days off that you gave them after the Hoover losses and how that helped to kind of refocus. What was the mindset behind that, and how much do you think that helps just kind of getting away from the game before getting back to the facility?
Well, it was disappointing. I mean, obviously it's a disappointing week. I can't explain it. So to get away, to just be a college student for a couple of days, hang out, fish. We lifted and did some things as a team, but we just didn't get on the field. And then, starting yesterday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's a lot of practice in a row at the end of the season. So I didn't want to have a couple extra practices on top of that. So we're kind of trying to make these practices short and very fundamental, very intense, and not to burn them out, but to come out here and get great work. And so I think it helped. I mean, I've done it before in the past if we've left our conference tournament early and it's worked. So I'm hoping it works this time too.
Next, we'll go to Robbie Falk.
Coaches have as good a grasp on their players as anybody. And, y'all had the loss to Vanderbilt was a tough loss. And then y'all came back and won some games and playing really good baseball and beat South Carolina, had the rough week against Missouri. It just seems like things have been up and down here late in the season. Do you feel like you know what to expect from your team coming in this postseason? Do you have a good grasp about what you're going to see this weekend?
I do. I mean, we've played hard all year. We've responded all year. We have played really good at home all year. So it's, being able to play in front of our own fans and, get out there and play in front of big crowds, which, the one thing is, I don't know how many big crowds these teams have played in front of all year. I'm hoping our crowd and our fan base make a difference in this weekend series. But, our guys, man, we got great players and they're hardworking and they're ready. They're hungry and they're pissed a little bit and they're ready. They'll be ready to go.
What were those conversations, if you heard any, like between the players, like with TA and Rowdy, some of the leaders? Did you get a glimpse of how they reacted to the SEC tournament to some of their teammates?
They're frustrated, just frustrated. You know, you don't lay it out like that. I know everybody has a different opinion of, you know, hey, what are we doing with the tournament and that? We left here. Now, we didn't throw our Friday night starter the opening day, but our goal was to win. And we felt we were trying to move up in national seeds and have a really good week. Like I've always told our team, I'm not, you know, we're not recycling pitchers in a tournament if we're in a national seed scenario, but, you know, we never take the field and not want to win. And so I think they were very frustrated and disappointed, and shit, it's embarrassing. So excuse my language, but it's, you know, when you don't play your best on a big stage. So they've refocused and got back here and ready to go.
Next, we'll go to Steve Robertson.
Coach, yeah, some of these teams that are coming in with the regional, you know, maybe the casual fan is somewhat unfamiliar with, but you got the Big South champion, you got the A10 tournament champ, you got the SoCon tournament champ. This is far from a cakewalk type deal. I mean, does that help you kind of get these guys locked in and engaged? Because like, as you mentioned, every team's capable of coming in here and winning this thing.
Yeah, and every team had mid-30s to upper 30 wins. I mean, you're just playing some teams who've won a lot of baseball. They've won their tournaments, so they're hot. They're feeling good. They're coming in here. And we've played. I mean, we know Sanford's a good team. They've played good regional teams for years. So our team will respect anybody. They know they got to come out and play. And this time of year, there's no overlooking anybody.
Next, we'll go to Joel Coleman.
Chris was asking Christian about this a minute ago, but I know for him in particular, a couple years ago, he's talking about he had to buy a ticket to watch the postseason at Duty Noble Field, and he was out in stands watching or something. And of course, last year gets taken away from him, as everybody did because of COVID. Just, I guess, what do you feel like it's going to be like for him to get the chance to finally, after I guess 2 or 3 years of having it kind of taken away from him a little bit, he's going to finally get that chance to walk out there in front of the fans, 15,000 folks on Friday or Saturday, whenever he goes, and have this chance?
I think he'll probably be excited, and that'll be the biggest thing, is being able to get out there and toe the rubber and have his, you know, be calm. But he's worked for it. He's excited for it. We have a lot of kids like that. You know, a lot of our kids haven't played in the postseason. So for them to be able to get out there and play good baseball and relax, we talk about playing free a lot, not playing tense or not trying to do too much, just have the ability to play free. I think our kids will be able to do that this week. I'm excited for the guys that they get this opportunity.
Next, we'll go to Steve Robertson.
Chris, is there an update on Luke, and do you feel like your team is healthy and ready to go for this weekend?
Yeah, we're pretty good. Luke played in our scrimmage yesterday. Actually, he caught. So I'll tell you, I think his elbow's still a little sore, but he was able to play and catch and hit, and had a couple of hits actually. So he should be really good to go for this week. And everybody else, we were good yesterday.
A quick follow-up too, Chris, on, managing the physical aspect of it. This is a game these guys have played for a while, but when you have the expectations and you have the relief of the national seat, is managing the mental aspect of this maybe more of a challenge as a coach?
Excuse me. Yes, that's probably the biggest piece is keeping everybody focused, keeping everybody sharp, doing the right things in practice, the right intensity levels in practice, so that we can play the game the right way, but have a looseness about us to where we can enjoy this and be in the moment, type of thing. And I think that's some of the hardest parts here in the postseason, is getting your guys to go out there and play good baseball and compete. Because like I said, it's the 64 teams that are in all across the country. They're all good. And you're going to have to go out there and win every pitch.